So last year around this time, I made a video explaining exactly how much my basketball training business and facility made in 2021.
In 2021, made around $149,000 to $150,000 in revenue from TJL training.
So this year, I want to explain exactly what I spent in 2022. I'm also going to link all of the resources and things that I bought down below in the description if you guys are in the business or in a different business and want to use any of the resources that I list in this video. My goal is in 2, 3, 4, 5 years that I can look back on these videos and be like, damn, that's kind of funny. I only spent that much, or I only made that much in 2021 because now I'm doing X, right? So the main goal is to have these videos be a clear example of what you guys can do year after year if your focus is on growing the business and what it really takes. So with that said, let's get right into the video. And obviously at the end, we're going to tally it all up for you guys to give you guys the grand total of what I spent in 2022. So we'll start with some of the boring, more common expenses that I don't really have control over. So the first one is insurance. Now this is the insurance for the gym as well as just for the business overall. And that was $2,350. Now I also had workers' comp insurance, which was $193.68. So again, just a common business expense, nothing I can really do about it. I can't not have insurance. And then obviously with having payroll, with having employees, I'm legally inclined to have workers' comp, so I can't really get out of that. So the next one, another kind of unchanging one that has kind of increased towards the tail end of the year just because of everything going on, is utilities. Year total was $6,714.23. So this includes Wi-Fi, heat, and electricity. Next expenses are just common fees. So the three main fees that I had was the filing fee for my LLC. So every year you have to file an annual report. In Massachusetts, it is extremely expensive. It is $500. It was actually extra because I had someone do it for me. I don't want to, whatever, right? So I paid a little extra. And then I had my credit card fee, which I use Capital One. I'll link that one down below. The travel rewards one, which I absolutely love. And then also registering for payroll, which was $400. So in total on the year, it was $1,112.00. Now the next one, professional services, didn't really have too much. All I had was an accountant for the year, which was $625. Not too much, but this would also be taking into account, say, lawyer fees and things like that. So luckily, only $625 on the year. So the next one is rent. Now, obviously down the road, I don't want to be continuing to pay rent. I want to own a facility, which is the main goal in the next couple of years. So hopefully you guys can stick around and see that down the road. But the first half of the year, I was still in my 2-year original lease, which I was paying $3,100 a month for a 3,300 square foot facility. Now in August, my lease went up to $3,500. So in total on the year, it was $39,200. Not ideal. Obviously, I ideally want that money going towards a building that I own. Simply not that easy, obviously, but again, we are obviously building towards that. So the next three are pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just kind of run through them quick. My phone bill every single month was $1,326.97. Merchandise, so my own shirts, things like that, being able to either sell or to give to clients of mine, that was $982.54. And then meals, so this is just when I go to a lunch or a dinner with somebody, and that is a business meeting. Obviously, you can write that off, $469.92. Now the next one wasn't too bad. This was education for 2022. The only thing that I wrote off as education this year was a course on social media, TikTok, Reels, YouTube, understanding the platforms, the algorithms, what goes into it, what's kind of trending, all this stuff, just learning as much as I can about how to build a better social media. That was a course that was $399. Now there's obviously so many books that I buy. I'm obviously big on reading books, continued education. So there's probably at least another $2,000 that I spent on my own dime that I didn't write off, that I'm not counting, but just in terms of the business, year expense on that was $399. Next one, advertising. Didn't do too much of that this year. I tested the waters a little bit, but I've been more so just really focused on the product, not dialing that in, getting really good at that. And then I'm going to start advertising. So that's a big goal in 2023. So the total expense for that on the year was just $70. So again, really not bad at all. Didn't really do anything or too much with this at all. The next one, which is a really crucial one for the business, is services. So these are all the things that we use on the daily basis to help run our business, all the software subscriptions and things like that. So the total for the year was $3,001.06. So all of the services that we use was Trello. This is something that we use to help organize all of their social media content, put it on a calendar. Next one is Acuity. I use this to schedule all of my sessions, from court rentals to individual sessions to groups to clinics, all that kind of stuff. I do it all through there. Next one, Adobe. This is what we use to make graphics, to make thumbnails. QuickBooks, accounting purposes, obviously. Gusto, this is what I use for my payroll. I have found through my own research that this is probably the best one for a medium to a small business. So if you guys are interested in that, again, I'll link it down below. Next one is Epidemic Sound. This is what we use for all of our audio and our music on our YouTube videos so we don't get copyrighted. And then the last one that I use is Coach IQ. So this is what I use for all of my online programs, my courses and things like that. Great place to host your content, to get paid for that. And then I also have an app through them as well. So really love all of these services that I use. I have found these to be the best ones. Could I do without them? Could I cut them out? Yes, but I'm trying to save myself time, save myself stress, make my life easier so I can focus on growing the business as opposed to, again, just purely aiming for that profit. So the next one, pretty common stuff, is office supplies. So this could be everything from paper towels for the bathroom, toilet paper, soap, towels for the cold bath that we have, right? All of these little things that we'll use. Total expense on that on the year, $1,338.63. So the next major expenses is equipment. So these are just natural things that you need to continuously buy as a basketball trainer, as a gym owner, especially because things get worn out with a lot of use. People tend to steal things and they also tend to break things as a gym owner. So this is everything from basketballs, people tend to steal that a lot. Pumps, people tend to break that a lot. The pads that go around the hoop, those get really worn out. Things for the floor, brooms to sweep the floor. And then also a major purchase that we made this year was the recovery room. So I had to buy a lot of stuff for that. Also this desk, great high quality desk from Uplift Desk. So I highly recommend these, sit stand desk. All of these different things that you add up through the year, equipment that you use as a business owner and obviously as a gym owner. Again, the major expenses was stuff for the recovery room. So total on the year, that was $7,521.03. Decent purchases, but stuff that I'm going to be using for a long time. For example, this desk. Probably won't have to buy another desk for the next 3 to 5 years. The recovery stuff, that should last me a long time, and that'll also make me money. So a lot of things with some of these expenses, they're expenses, but a lot of them are also investments, especially in terms of the equipment. These are investments that will hopefully make you more money and you'll be able to have for a longer period of time. Now, the next one is payroll. So I have 2 people on payroll, one person who just kind of closes the gym for me, cleans up, kind of just assists me in that process in terms of the gym. Then I have the guy behind the lens here who is editing all of my content for me. He does a lot of other things for me. That is Alex. So total payroll this year was $37,365.96. Next year will probably be in the 50s to 60s in terms of payroll. Again, could I do without it? Could I film everything and edit everything by myself? Yes, that's going to take me too much time, and I'd rather have someone like Alex who is much better than me at what he does and who's going to help me grow faster. So it's an expense, yes, but it's more so an investment, buying back my time and having someone who's better at that thing than I am. Now, the last one, big one, is travel. So we traveled a lot this year. I traveled to probably 10 different states. Also went to Canada for a clinic. I went to Washington, DC. So brought Alex with me. I went to Canada for a clinic. So obviously flights, all that kind of stuff. Went to California for a clinic. Went to Chicago for a clinic. So a lot of different travel expenses, and obviously buying food while I'm out there, Ubers, renting a car, that all adds up as a travel expense. So travel expenses on the year, $9,586.69. So there's a couple other miscellaneous things, $100 thing here, $200 thing here. So grand total on the year, $112,405.11. So a pretty hefty amount of change for a basketball trainer, gym owner. Numbers that I got in my Instagram, most people weren't even close to that, like I kind of said. So again, there's a lot of things that I have to spend money on that people don't necessarily think of, and everything adds up. So if you're watching this, you come to my gym, next time you want to train for free or you want to rent the court for free, remember, it's cost me $112,000 to keep those goddamn lights on. So drop a comment below if you guys think this was more than you thought it would have been or less than you thought that grand total would have been. With that said, if you guys have any other topics that you guys want me to cover in terms of business, in terms of being a trainer, being a facility owner, please drop them below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, always trying to be transparent, help you guys out, share things that other people don't share. So again, I really hope it helped you guys. If it did, like, subscribe, would really appreciate it. Peace.